Hey, it's Ashley from Live Happy Tarot. I'm here to do a walkthrough review of the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. I've actually had this deck a couple weeks, maybe two, and I really am enjoying it. I actually thought I had already done a walkthrough and I couldn't find it on my channel, so I thought I would do another one. This is a tarot deck by Rachel True. She's an actress and she played one of the characters in The Craft, and she's been in a whole bunch of other movies and TV shows, but she also does tarot cards. It comes in this nice box, and inside is a great big beautiful guidebook. And in the guidebook, because it's a lot about the guidebook, the cards are absolutely gorgeous, by the way, but the guidebook is the first, I would almost say the first 3/4 is the major arcana, and there's a little story about her in every, like when you read about each card. So like the High Priestess is here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of information about the High Priestess. For example, the High Priestess is one of her favorite cards. She had trouble connecting to it in her early years, despite being very good Scorpio secret keeper and generally an intuitive person. And so it's actually a really nice guidebook, because I feel like it helps you kind of get into the cards a little bit more if you also have trouble understanding the cards. For me, reading a little story about them helps me understand what their meaning might be a little bit more. And then she has a whole bunch of sample spreads at the beginning, like a lot more than I've seen in other books, and then a little bit about cards. And then so you go to the back and you're like, wow, there's like no room for the minor arcana, but there is actually there's a whole page, because this is a big book, so there's a whole page on each of the minors, and it's all in black and white, in case you were wondering. Now, in the box, the deck comes split apart, which is not my favorite, like this. And so you grab the cards, and you gotta grab them to get them out. Like it's got this little deck insert, and I haven't determined whether I'm gonna leave that in or not. I don't know. The boxes that have little inserts in it to keep the cards safe or, from moving around, they're not my favorite. But I do like the box, and I like to keep my cards in their original box just because I like it. And then here's the beautiful cards. So the backs have all the suits on them. See, they have swords, cups. I think she calls them discs rather than pentacles. No, I'm pretty sure she calls them pentacles. And no, she does call them discs, even though they have pentacles in them. And of course, wands. And you can't tell up or right or not. And the cards are, I would say, regular cardstock, but they're absolutely beautiful. Look at this one. That is Justice. Really love it. The Hanged Man. I mean, I found that these are very easy to read intuitively. Like, you don't need to know a lot about the actual meaning to figure out what the card is telling you. Look at how pretty that one is. I really like the colors in this deck. The Ace of Cups, Six of Wands. It's just a really beautiful deck. I definitely think it's worth a buy. Wow, I mean, look at that. That's like one of my favorite cards. The Princess of Cups. The Prince of Cups. The Emperor. Four of Wands. Each one is upside down. The Hermit. Love this Hermit. That could be me. The Six of Cups. The Ten of Swords. This Ten of Swords, she looks really a lot like a ghost. But you know, the Princess of Swords, Strength. I really like this card too. How pretty is that? The Nine of Swords, that's a good one too. I say that about all the cards. Ace of Swords. Well, that's not true. Some cards are not my fave, but this one I'm not. Actually, I haven't seen a card in this deck that I don't like yet. I really haven't, actually. Trying to think of, I haven't seen one. There isn't one. I like all the cards. So, I mean, look at that moon. Look at that sun. I love the pyramids. Judgment. So typically the Hierophant and Judgment are the cards that kind of like, you know, are not my faves. But really, look at that. Did we see the Hierophant already? I don't think so. Wow. King of Wands. Here's the Fool. Here's the Star. And Queen of Discs. Here's the Tower. That's not a scary tower. I mean, it is a little bit in some ways, but the Magician. Five of Cups. I'm looking for the Hierophant. Five of Wands. The High Priestess. Basically showing you almost all the cards. Three of Swords. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I guess maybe we've already seen it. I can't. Aha. That one's nice. There's Death. That's kind of cool. The Lovers. The Chariot. The Devil. Okay, well, I think we've seen it. There you go. So that is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot by Rachel True. I recommend this deck highly. I will be using it often. It is definitely becoming one of my faves. And thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. See you next time.